Hey everyone, Eric Lima here. Yet you're watching another episode and video from my secondary YouTube channel and vlog, in which I present to you all my sentimental thoughts come from my heart and my soul, and my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and brain. This is EML77 TV, episode 857. What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. Well, there's a saying that goes, those who don't learn from their history are doomed to repeat it. Or those who do not remember the past are doomed to repeat it. So, today I'm going to talk about, I used to work. Now, this is going to be the crazy situation. This is crazy. Next year, the Dartmouth Mall, used to be known as the North Dartmouth Mall, will be open for 50 years. 50 years. All right? What's even crazier, that I've worked at that mall for half of those 50 years. For the first 15 years I worked at the mall, I worked at a restaurant called Ruby Tuesday. It was part of the mall. The restaurant ultimately closed down in 2016. But 6 years before that, I quit back in April 30th, 2010. And the second 10 years, I've been working at the mall as an exterior housekeeper. I clean the outside of the mall. And I clean the glass entrances, glass doors for the entrances. So, bearing that in mind, when I worked at Ruby Tuesday, I had a lot of great memories there. There were 3 stories, though, I didn't have the heart to tell my parents. I don't know how they would react. They would not react very well. So I do apologize to my parents ahead of time for not telling them these stories. But these stories are they weren't that severe. It's one of those, it's like a crazy situations, end up making mistakes or something like that. Or delivering at places that I normally don't go to. Alright, so, only 3 stories. The first 2 came in the year of 1996. 1996, I was yet to work a full year at the place. And 1996 will be my first birthday working at Ruby Tuesday. It will be my first birthday at Ruby Tuesday. So I'm really excited. So, and, I was working, and then all of a sudden I was checking out the office, the manager's office, talking with my boss and all that. And he go, oh, there's 2, and he said, this book, there's one, and he told me what the books are. One's a reminder book and one's a request book. You can request days off and stuff. So, I figured, I said, okay, my birthday's coming up, and I want to write on the reminder, hey, my birthday, remind my boss, that way he can tell him, hey, this is Eric's birthday and all. I've always wanted people to say, happy birthday, Eric, this is my first birthday. Really excited, right? I was still a young, spry, spring chicken, and I was about to turn 19, all right? So this was a really exciting moment. So, I'm getting closer and closer to adulthood. This is back in 1996, mind you. So, anyway, I wrote down Eric's birthday. My birthday, right? My birthday comes around. I come in early, full uniform, getting ready to go to work, right? I'm in there doing my thing, and then one of my other coworkers comes in there. He goes, Eric, what are you doing here? I said, I'm working. Why? Oh, you have the day off. I'm like, what? I'm filling in for you. I'm like, wait a minute. I have a day off. I can't. I was like, can't be. I got to work. Can't be, right? Oh, you wrote in the request book. And I looked at myself, and I said to myself, Eric, you dunderhead. This dunderhead, me, was supposed to write it in the reminder book. Instead, I actually written it in the request book. Moral of this one, kids, is this. Check the book's cover before you write anything in it. I'm like, all right, so now what I got to do? I was like, might as well hang out here. Mall's not even open. Didn't have the heart enough to go back to Dad's garage and tell him what happened. So my mistake, it cost me a payday and job. I'm like, oh jeez, I didn't mean to write. I didn't mean to write in the request book. I meant to write in the reminder book so I could spend the day. I don't mind spending a birthday working. I think I goofed up. I'm like, I can't believe that happened. I'm like, what an idiot I am, right? I'm such a dunderhead, right? So I said, well, I might as well sit somewhere. So I sat in the 400s and played a little bit of solitaire. I had brought myself a deck of playing cards just in case. I get there early, so anyways. So, and one of the cooks, Brian, calls me into the kitchen. Hey, Eric, can you come in for a minute? I said, sure. Whap! I got hit in the face with a whipped cream pie. It was a Ruby Tuesday tradition, and it went all over the place, so I had to clean it up. I'm like, okay, fine. At least I'm doing something. So I cleaned myself off, and it was the funniest thing ever. I'm like, oh, good Lord. I'm like, dear, I was like, okay. So, like I said, moral of the story of this one, kids, check the cover of the book before you write in it. All right? So yeah, me, big moron. I'm not that perfect, folks. All right, so let's fast forward a few months later. I'm working, right? Now, this is before I got my driver's license. I got my license back in 1999, which I have my license now for over 20 years, believe it or not, 21 years. Unbelievable, right? Crazy, isn't it? So anyways, so I'm working. I bring my bike to work, and I pull up in my bike, and I used to, we had the Courtyard 4. That's where we worked at. And the fourth courtyard, when you first drive in, we go down to Five Below, and the little courtyard, that was the Courtyard Ruby Tuesday we used to use the two dumpsters, right? So I tied my bike to one of the poles. I locked up my bike and tied it to one of the poles. Okay, we're good, right? All of a sudden, I'm working, and one of my coworkers goes, hey, where's your bike? What do you mean, where's my bike? It's been locked up. Somebody took it. What? I had that thing locked up. Lo and behold. So I freaked out, started crying and everything else. And so one of my coworkers at the time and my other two coworkers were, okay, we're going to hop on my car. We'll look for your bike. I said, okay, fine. So we're looking around. I figured they can't get far with a bike. With a bike, they can't get that far, especially in Dartmouth. So I'm, it's like, okay, can't find it. We'll go back to work. There was a police officer there. Told the police officer what happened. What kind of bike is that? I said, I didn't believe it. I believe either the mountain bike that I had, a 10-speed mountain bike, or a Huffy. I forget one of those. I know it was a good bike. So, okay, well, we'll get right on it. So I said, well, I might as well go back to work. So I did. And as I was going back to work and everything else, trying to keep my mind off it, police officer come back, hey, we got your bike. Yes, I was really excited. I thanked the police officer. I thanked my coworkers. It was great. And it's not like every day when you have something stolen like a bike and then all of a sudden it's returned to you safely, and all that. So it's like, okay. At least I don't have to worry about having a bike anymore. I got to worry about having a car now. So now I have a car and a Yaris. I'm driving it and all that good stuff. So it was crazy. So that was a crazy part. So moral of the story is don't tie up your bike on the small pole. Tie up your bike somewhere where they can't actually get to it. So they can't get it out. Only you can. So that was the thing So the officer told me that some kid claimed that his friend let him borrow the bike. Who do I know that I let borrow the bike? I never let anybody borrow my bike. I was like, what? Anyways, so that was my second story of Ruby Tuesday. Third story. This happened in around 2005, I do believe. I think it was like late summer. I think it was late summer, early fall, maybe around this time. Now, working at Ruby Tuesday, I'm well into my 10th year. 2005 was my 10th year working at Ruby Tuesday. So, been there for 10 years. So, I became a jack of all trades while I was there. I was a dishwasher, or a DMO, that means a dish machine operator. I was a front of the house housekeeper, that means I clean the floors, clean the toilets, and all that. And I did clean toilets, by the way. I know there's some stupid trouble, but nowadays I don't, because I don't need to. They got housekeepers for that. Interior housekeepers, I'm an exterior housekeeper. All right. So I decided, so I was a front of the house housekeeper. I was an opener for the salad bar, and I do deliveries. I did deliveries, right? So it was like one afternoon, possibly, like I said, late summer, early fall, or late spring, early summer. I don't know. It was a decent day out. The sun's about to set. in the afternoon. It was kind of slow, things are about to slow down. So I figured, well, I might as well get all these dishes cleaned up, make sure everything's stocked up, make sure everything's cleared out, and, boxes, trash, whatnot. I'll just keep going, get caught up that way. And if I'm told to leave, I'll leave. No problem. Clock out, have a good day, we'll see you tomorrow, all that good stuff, right? So as I was doing that, and, minding my own business, one of my bosses, Roddy, fun guy, kind of reminds me of Jeremy Remy a little bit. And as Roddy goes, hey, Lima. Everybody starts calling me Lima by this time. Hey, Lima, we got a delivery for you to make. Yeah? Yep. So they got the bag. It's okay. Where's this going? It says King's Inn. Now, for all you folks that are not my local, all you out-of-town friends, internet friends online, I know my local friends know what the King's Inn is, but let me explain. The King's Inn is basically a gentleman's strip club. Let's combine. You can call it a strip club, strip joint, strip bar, gentleman's club. Well, it was a gentleman's strip club on Route 6 in Dartmouth, near the Capri Motel, right? So I'm like, okay, no problem. I try to be as professional as I can, be respectful. All right, no problem. I'll deliver it there. Found out that they screwed up on the order. The people that work there paid up for it already. So okay, fine. I'll just take it there, explain to them what's going on. But at the back, in my mind, in here, my inside's like, King's Inn, dude, you're a Christian. You're not gonna go in there, are you? And I'm like. And I was like, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, that was what's going through my mind, is you're crazy. You're going in a gentleman's strip club. And so I'm like, and I thought to myself, I better pray. That's all I did, Just as soon as I grabbed, my car is not that far. I just go out by the back, and my car is like parked in the mall, the first car parked and all that. I usually park on the other side of the mall when I was working at Ruby Tuesday. So I'm like, okay, no problem. Just as soon as I headed out, as soon as I bolted out the door, I started praying. I prayed, God, give me wisdom, give me strength. I know I'm there to do a delivery. Just give me wisdom, give me strength, and let your Holy Spirit be my guide, and help me be professional and respectful. I'm just doing a job. I'm just delivering. That's it. Deliver it. Say, hey, I'm here for a delivery. And if the person comes up and says, I asked for food, explain to them what happened, here's the delivery from out the door. That's what I wanted to do. All right? So as I took off, I went down Route 6. In my 1990 Geo Prism, I had a 1990 Geo Prism back in the day. Because I think the Volkswagen Jetta, a fuel pump broke, and that was the end of that. So anyways. And I was driving the Prism down, and I ended up, making that little U-turn. That's the only way you can get to the King's Inn. Heading west. You have to go head back east to do it. So I pulled into the King's Inn parking lot. And I felt like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. This is it. Don't get scared now, So I ended up grabbing a bag, took a deep breath, said, Lord, I know you're with me in this. Help me out here. Let's go. I know you're with me, so I know God's with me in this, right? We decided, okay, which way do I enter? So I entered the front, and then there was a bouncer. The bouncer's dressed to the nines. He's got the vest. He looks like a waiter or a busboy or a bellhop from a fancy restaurant. And he says, okay, it's a gentleman's club. You have to dress like a gentleman. Okay, no problem. So I told him, sir, hello, I'm here from Ruby Tuesday. I have a delivery here for somebody that works inside there. He said, okay, come on in, sir. Okay, fine. So I went in. So I'm taking a look around. The place is dark. I'm like, the place is pretty dark. I'm like, okay. Not much music playing on. It was a slow afternoon. Only one girl was up on stage in her bra and panties. That was it. Black bra and panties, that was it. A couple customers sitting about there. Right? So, manager comes up to me, hey, how can I help you? And I said, well, I'm here for a delivery. We screwed up in an order. I know you guys paid for it already, and I'm here to give you the order. Oh, okay, who ordered from Ruby Tuesday? And the middle-aged lady from the bartending says, I did. All right. I said, here you go. I explained to her what happened. She goes, thank you very much. And I said, thank you. Have a good day. Enjoy your meal. And I bolted out of there. I'm like, and I went, that wasn't so bad, was it? So that's all I did. I became professional. That was it. It was crazy. It was the craziest situation. So again, to my mom and dad, if you're watching this, I do apologize for not telling you this back then, but I figured, didn't have the heart to tell you, so I ask you to forgive me of that. I figured it was surreal moments. Those 3 moments were very surreal, especially the delivery one, and it was crazy. It's like that was the first and only time I went into a gentleman's strip club. Only time, just to make a delivery. That was it. Boom, out the door, in and out, boom, boom. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then I think, you know why? Because at the time too, my church, they had a restaurant next door that we've been having men's meetings and youth group meetings, something like that. It was a regular restaurant, and the sons of the owner wanted to turn that into a strip joint. So, if somebody found out, then I went to a strip club just to make a delivery. Whole thing's going to hit the fan, so to speak. So it was one of those things where you're just like, okay. So I figured I'd keep my mouth shut and just, I don't want to worry anybody else. And that was that was in the back of my mind, worried about me. Like the inside of me, when I've heard that I was going to deliver the food to King's Inn, I'm like, dude, your church is fighting to get a strip club nullified, and you're doing this, It's like a lot of things were running through my head at the time. It's like, when am I going to tell my parents? When am I going to tell them? It was crazy. It was crazy times. It was crazy times back then. So I was like, okay. But listen, all I did is I said a prayer. Said, I'm professional, Lord. Help me be a professional delivery boy. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to do a job. I'm not here to hang out and talk to people and all that. Just do a delivery, explain what happened, and then zoom, get out of there as fast as I can, like a bolt of lightning. I feel like a bogus go, come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's blow this joint. Let's get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. You're going to die, man. Anyways. Yeah, so that's what happened. So I do, again, Mom, Dad, I'm very, very sorry for not telling you these stories, but I figured, they were a long time ago, too. So it's like, what can you do, But I would say no big deal, but sometimes, sometimes they can be. But you never know. But then again, I've learned my lessons from all 3 of these situations, Make sure, so I was like, make sure you write into, if you want to remind people that it's your birthday, write in a reminder book, not the request book. Make sure you lock up your bike, which I don't have to worry about that. Lock up my car. And then the 3rd one, well, just be professional and be courteous and respectful. That's the way I go about things. And so, yep, the three Ruby Tuesday tales. I'll never forget Ruby Tuesday, man. I miss it. I really do. Miss the people working with them. Miss the ambiance there. I will never forget, my other memories, I'll never forget the song, Brent Bourgeois' Dare to Fall in Love. I tried to find out what the heck that song is. I asked everybody. I even asked one of my bosses. He thought it was a group named Ceremony. I think it was Phil Medeiros. That was who he, it took me years and the freaking internet to find out that song. So it was like, okay, good. So I found that song. Now I got to find that other song that has not been played yet. So come on, the holidays are coming up. I want to hear that song before, Freaking coming in at 6 o'clock early in the morning to give me an opportunity to stop and listen to this song for the song. Jeepers, man. Come on. Crazy. Out of here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Crazy times. But I do miss working at Ruby Tuesday. I do miss my Ruby Tuesday crew. Love everybody from there. Shout out to my Ruby Tuesday Dartmouth crew. You guys are awesome. I love you. And I'm hoping to reunite with you guys again. The last reunion we had was 2016. The same year that the Ruby Tuesday North Dartmouth closed. And I think we found out, and one of my coworkers, Lindsay, decided to put it together back in October 2016. I had some pictures of it and up and just everything else, and just, I miss everybody from there. So hoping to see everybody there soon. I hope to see everyone soon. The last time I interacted with a Ruby Tuesday employee was earlier this year. One of my managers was celebrating her 60th birthday, and I ended up going, and she was very happy to see me, which is really, really cool. So it's, I was kind of hoping to see my other coworkers there, but I'm sure they're busy. It is a Saturday night, and like I said, it's great, crazy memories I had there. Ruby Tuesday will always be my first place in remembrance, but I still cannot believe I worked at the Dartmouth Mall for half of the 50 years that it's opened. And if you get to the mall, Pier 1 Imports is about 10 or 9 days away from closing for good. So if you're a fan of Pier 1 Imports, get there now and get your stuff and buy your stuff, all right? Once again, Mom and Dad, I apologize for not telling you these stories, but I figured, there were, like I said, there were crazy times back then. And in the back of my mind, I didn't know what I was thinking. So, and with everything going on, I figured leave it at be. All right? I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, great day. And I will see you on the next episode, 858. And remember, upcoming, let's see. We know this weekend. I thought this weekend, it was 1 week away, a week from this Sunday, will be Clash of Champions. So next weekend, I will be making my picks and predictions, and we'll see what happens. Retribution. Let's see what else is there. NXT UK is returning to NXT UK. NXT UK is returning. I'm going to start trying to do recaps on that if I can, and that's what I'm going to do. And so we're checking out Clash of Champions. Clash of Champions so far goes like this. The Women's Tag Team Championship will be on the line as Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler versus defends against the Riot Squad. And let's see. Another matchup. Bayley defends the Women's Championship against Nikki Cross. And then we have another matchup. Drew McIntyre goes one-on-one with Randy Orton in an ambulance match. But that's where it stands right now because the matchup was ended in a no contest. And then you got a Battle of Cousins. Roman Reigns defends his Universal title against Jey Uso. The tag team titles are yet to be decided. The Intercontinental title yet to be September 20th. I thought it was on the 20th. Man. Let's see what's going on here. There's huge matches to be happening on NXT. And let's see what's going to happen on NXT, Clash of Champions, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. So NXT, Finn Balor will, and we got, Mercedes Martinez got fired. Restraining order against Mercedes Martinez. Robert Stone is splitting up with them. So you got an NXT North American Championship matchup as Damian Priest will defend it for the first time against the crazy Timothy Thatcher. He's sadistic. This guy is sadistic in the ring, let me tell you. Another match is happening. Io Shirai going one-on-one with Shotzi Blackheart. Next week tomorrow. I will give you a recap on that. So that's what's going to be on the card. So again, Mom and Dad, I do apologize for not telling these Ruby Tuesday stories. I figured, they're pretty funny. You look back at it, they're pretty funny in the end. And it is an interesting situation, nonetheless. So, but this time around, it's like nothing out of the ordinary happened here at the mall here. But whatever, it happens. All right, then. I'll see you guys later. Have a great and wonderful rest of the afternoon. I'll see you in episode 858. Peace. Peace.